Rastafari, manners and respect, do give thanks to life. There, another edition of the Mindset program. Zane, we're here in Dulwich Park. Don't tell nobody, so I'm telling you, exclusive. Here we have two of Britain Got Reggae finalists. One virgin by the name of Rally Genius, R to the G, and we have Tibio, another finalist. Zane, so here without no further delay, we are going straight in at the reasoning. So I want to introduce Tibio and Rally Genius. Warm welcome.
Yeah, man. Blessed love, yes. Man of honor,
Rastafari. Right. Give thanks. Tibio.
Yeah, man.
Rally Genius. Two finalists. One of them tell me about the final. For Tibio, this is the second time they enter.
Yes, the second year.
In the competition, right? The first year
yeah.
didn't went so well, but this year you sail right through. See? Talk to me about the heats coming up.
Yeah, man. So basically to go back to the first year that I did the competition, I have a tendency to move a lot naturally because I'm a dancer. So I have a tendency to use movement a lot on stage, but that affected my performance. So I wanted to hit notes that I couldn't hit if I was moving that much. So I had to try and settle down, and it was a process. Along the second year that I did the competition, it was a process that I try and calm myself. And you see the video in the final is nothing compared to the first hit even. Yeah.
True. Well, I never know say you was a dancer for real, because so last year I know the way the eye move on the stage and thing, you know what I mean, there's a lot of energy going to your performance, you know. I see that from even your audition. I remember your audition, that's the first time I meet the eye from your audition at Bhutanani, and that was a lot of energy was in the audition. So when you didn't make it to the fullness of the final, I was a bit disappointed knowing that I saw you perform, and I know that you could have done better than what you did.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the audition I didn't move less than what I brought in the hits. That's why in the hits I was, also there's the excitement, there's the little pressure, and whatever comes in when you step on stage. Even if you used to step on stage, you still have to have that, I think, always something that is extra fire, So you have to just learn to contain this, and it's just practice, and man, it's been a learning process.
You feel say you mastered?
Say again?
You feel say you have mastered that part of the art, trying
not
to
master, but I learned a lot.
Okay,
man, I'm grateful for it.
You get in there, gradually.
Yes, definitely. I understood things. So
Rastafari. Rally Genius.
Hi, Jack. Manners and as
warm welcome again, my general.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
See you perform in the heat for the first time. Powerful performance. I said this many a times. I'm going to say it again. It's like when you perform, it's like there's a whole lot of people behind your performance. With that energy and a vibration, how you get the people to react that way?
You see, like I said, I give thanks again. But with me coming up, like I said, I'm a people's person. You understand where I'm coming from? And being a people's person, I also bring the people's person side of me into my performance. You understand where I'm coming from? Especially when I give me a microphone, put me in front of an audience, I'm a different individual. You get where I'm coming from? I'm calm and collective as a human, as a person. But when I have that microphone and standing on the stage, I'm a different individual. Don't ask me how. Yeah, understand.
All right. Talk me through the performance. Because was it the first time performing with a band?
Yes. Like I said, firstly, I want to say big up to Britain Got Reggae. For more than one reason. You understand? I meet great people like Tibio himself. You understand? Blessed soul. You understand where I'm coming from? Also, I come across a sister Ruby. A lot of great individuals. You understand? I said the I self as well. But one of the I want to spend time and say give thanks sincerely. You get me? The sister put in great work. You understand? And it shouldn't go unrecognized. You understand? Yeah, first when I get that out of the way, because I see that's one of the main reasons why I've watched it over the years. That's one of the main reasons why I'm like, you know what, I want to do this. You get me? Secondly, with this, I've spent a lot of time around, a little, not a lot, but I spent a little time around bands because I was meant to be recording a track which I've got bands to make the instrument and everything. So that's the time I spent with them. Never ever performed with one until I went to Got Reggae. It was always an aspiration, it was always a dream. You understand? And when I get that privilege, I grab it with both hands. But it was the first, really the first. The Unconditional Love was the first song I sang with the bands.
Powers. Alright, you get through to the semi-final, yeah, which was another powerful performance.
You see, the first one, RJ, the very first one that I did, it could go very good or very bad, because I came with a mentality that I want to perform. You understand? I want to do a show in my heaven. So that's why I came. So it could have gone very bad, but then it went very good. Okay. So from that, I'm thinking, hell, how am I going to top that? Or am I going to be able to top that? You understand? But then when I remember one of the judges, I can't remember his name, but the one that spoke before you, he had said, because the judges, whatever they have said, I take on to that, go home and try to reflect that and then take it to my next stage. So I remember he had said to me, it's a very, very good performance, but don't tell yourself you can't do better. You understand? And that never leave my head, I just started. So when I went in, I said, how am I going to top that? How am I going to top that? Fortunately, I did. Yeah, I get where I come from. So yeah, that one there, trust me, I love that feeling. Really love that feeling. So it urges me to want to do more, you know.
Tibio,
yes.
We also saw you in the semi-final. Another powerful performance by the eye itself. The eye was moving less in the semi-final, but what you were saying, the content of the music, you know what I mean, really, you know, of me, you know, I can only speak from a personal point of view. The content of the music is on a different level. How you prepare yourself, you know, how did you prepare yourself for the semi-final, knowing that you are good artists like Rally Genius? How did you prepare yourself?
Well, basically, I tried to pick my, you know, my strong songs, obviously, and then try to keep the best for the rest, but you never know how long you're gonna last. So basically, I prepared the most was for the semi-final, and it was really physical because, as I say, I'm a dancer, so I used that in my preparation, and it was the first time that I did it. So I was basically, you know, doing capoeira style movement, anything that I know movement-wise. While trying to sing as well. It's the same as, you know, anyone would go and run and just build up stamina. And I did a bit of running as well. But basically it was all about, there is no way that I can be out of breath in this thing. And I know I had like a dancehall, like, you know, song that I never stopped chatting the whole song. So I was like, there is no way that I can be, you know, have a penalty because I'm out of breath or stuff like that. There is no way that can happen. So I really prepared physically, always moving while I'm chatting, you know, singing. And then when I went on stage, I tried to, you know, settle and just, yeah, man.
All right, tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know you're originally from Guadeloupe, right?
Yeah, man, yes.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yes.
Who is Tibio?
Okay, so basically I was born and grew up until the age of 8 in Guadeloupe. My grandmother's from Guadeloupe. And basically, when I moved to France, I was a little bit heartbroken, you know, 8 years old. I didn't choose to move. So basically, I kept, straight away I met some, you know, I made best friend with one guy who was originating from the Caribbean as well. And eventually with that particular guy, we started writing songs. And I always kept a strong link to the Caribbean side of me, because that was something that I didn't want to lose. Although I'm like only quarter, from Caribbean. I'm also Scottish, English, and north of France, so big mix. But yeah, basically that carried me, that energy that I knew that I wanted to, cultivate it. So is the thing that through being a dancer, so I went into dance through hip hop, started when I was about 12 years old, entered the company it was the youth company in France, and we was performing like twice a month, so missing school sometimes 1 week, and we were getting a bit of money out of it. We could only use that money to buy stuff and with the receipt and stuff. It was just like a whole journey of like art with dance and music, and I never had to choose in between any of them. And although it's not always easy, and you don't know, you have to make a living, and it's not always possible through being an artist, but I knew that it's part of my life forever, so there is no way that I see myself stop. Whatever job I'm doing, I'm still writing, still singing. Yeah.
So how did reggae music came into the mix of things?
Yeah, so basically when I was about 6 years old, like my parents were holding some parties, and I could listen to the 90s dancehall tracks, even like from Jamaican artists, but also from French Caribbean ones. And as soon, I always kept the link. So through the music, I was listening to a lot of Caribbean music. And in Guadeloupe, Martinique, they produce a lot of reggae as well. And obviously the roots of reggae, if you want the finest and the best, it's always going to be Jamaica. So yeah, man, I just like gravitate towards that culture that I feel somehow a part of as well. And yeah, man, through listening to songs, through my personality being, like spiritual and reflective sometimes, it just like touched me a lot. So it's my music. I say reggae music is my music. It's the first music I started to sing with. Yeah.
All right. Is there, because you remind me so much of Gentleman, which is a European artist, but is a very talented artist.
Yeah, man.
But the way you perform your songs, the way your songs come across, you remind me so much of Gentleman. You hear that a lot from? Actually
not, but I know that Gentleman lived a couple of years, I don't know if it's 1 or 3 years in Jamaica, but no, actually you're the first person telling me that.
You're the first, alright?
Yeah, man. But it's a blessing, man. It's an honor. It's a great artist, Gentleman. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Full artist, yeah.
Raleigh, yes, same type of question still. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you start? How the music, reggae music, how it started off with that?
Yeah, well, firstly, like I said, born and raised in Spanish Town, Jamaica. You get me? My stepdad, he, them command, he used to have them with a company and set up, give them like a seat, them like what they call them, LP and all of these things. Yeah. So music was introduced to me from a tender age, but I didn't take on to music of such, in the sense to say I used to write brilliant composition, brilliant poems, brilliant little short stories in school. But I didn't think that I was a songwriter. I just knew myself as writing poems and compositions and things like that. When I came, I used to love listening to people like Ghost and Sanchez and them, because that was my era. But then on top of that, I get a whole old school thing from my stepdad. You know what I mean? But we as young kids, we used to rebel against, I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to, but you hear every Sunday you have to listen to that, innit? Yeah. Anyway, long story. I came here now. When I came here, that's when music really find me. Because, you hear it back against the wall. And you think, boy, you start wrapped up in a lot of anger, a lot of rage. You understand? And then with the anger and the rage that comes in, there's two ways of manifesting that. Is either you're going to bring that out physically, or you're going to bring that out mentally. You understand where I'm coming from? And if you don't bring it out mentally, then it consumes you mentally. And if you don't bring it out physically, then it consumes you physically. But with me now, like I said, that's where the Phoenix comes in. Because I balance that rage with the pen and the paper. So I find myself start writing out all my emotions, all my expressive thoughts. But then the more I get angry, it's more love song comes out. So at one point I used to have crazy love songs. Even my peers used to say, "Boy, be a love song, Genius, alright, I'll be a love song." But I couldn't help it because I was angry. I was angry being just. So the more I get angry, the more I write, but it's love song coming out. You understand? So then I get to realize, it's the emotional side of me that I use rage to control or to balance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man.
So that's how come the Phoenix comes into play. So anyway, 2006, that's when I started recording. I went to a studio called Just Crew. That's Respect. I started recording there. I met a lot of individuals as well, a lot of people in the music, Tamodi, and a lot of people in the music. And you know, I started doing a little gigs here, and then I started making events for myself. That's 2006. 2009 was my first event called Divas on Deck. That's where Tassonia, I don't know if anybody is these artists, and even in 2008, that's where I met Clear Angel at some one of these shows. So we became, I met a lot of people for the underground scene. The underground is covered. Does that make sense? But at this point in time, I decided, you know, instead of just writing stories and stuff like that, in 2006, that's when I wrote my first song. You understand? Very, very first song. That's 2006.
So when I say you write the first song, there were more structure to the writing, or you stopped writing love songs?
No, when the thing, because one time I used to think long and hard, how am I going to write this song? How am I going to write a song? You understand where I'm coming from? But then I get to realize it becomes easy now when I get to realize most of my writing is around what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling. I get to realize a lot of people feel the same way, so it makes writing becomes easy. So nowadays I don't worry much about writing words. I worry about finding melodies. So as soon as I find that melody, bam, the word is there. You understand? So I just think to myself, the words is not really as important as the melody. So 2006 is when I start finding these melodies, start working with these melodies, I start documenting how I feel through these melodies.
Honorable, strength. Tibio, I like to ask this question. You're not gonna ask
Yes.
it. How important the content of the music is, you know, for yourself? Because I notice, I listen to you very keenly. Your music is not slang or anything like that. How important that side of the music is for you? That you come with something clean and positive all the time.
Yeah, man, I think it's key. For me, it's key to writing songs. So somehow, you know, there's always, as you say, comes from emotions. And I think the best songs or the greatest inspiration come from big emotions. But, you know, it's always about a positive message, about a constructive message. And I don't know, I feel that everyone has his vision of the world in different way, and we feel different way as well. But it's all about the way you can carry a positive message through the whole structure. Of course, you need to find a catchy melody. You need to find to work on your lyrics, and I had to work a lot on reducing the words because I started with dancehall, more, you know. So going into singing, I had to reduce a lot the words, and when you reduce the words, you wonder, okay, what is really important? What do I really want to keep in this bunch of words that I put together? And then it becomes better because you take the best. And yeah, I feel like the more, even I'm still working like this. Be careful not to put too many words, because you can say maybe more with less words as well. Yes.
So let's give you more, basically.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's the way.
Yes, sir.
The mindset, thought-provoking, you know. I'm your host, Honorable Ija Star, and we're there with our brand new mindset series live on the YouTube. Subscribe, Ija Star Mindset channel, YouTube. Blessed love.